Pete and Hannah's Watch List. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with my great co-host, Hannah!
Hello, people.
Hannah, we're here today for movie news.
Dun-dun-dun.
We're also going to do some clickbait, and we have a great show.
Yes.
Awesome. But before we begin, let us tell the viewers and the listeners what they should do.
Pretty please leave a like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
And maybe put down a comment, your favourite Oscar moment so far this year.
Comment down below favorite Oscar moments. Hit the notification button and you'll get great content like this one. Including,
Yep.
we did our Oscar recap show. It was pretty good. Great feedback from it. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. We also did, we interrupt regular programming where I talked about Curb Your Enthusiasm. Also Regime. Yeah, and Masters of the Air, which is coming to the second last episode. Long series. I'm really struggling.
Plain dive, you say.
And also we did What's Next? We reviewed Ricky Sneaky.
Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah, Great Escaper.
Yeah.
And we also looked at Imaginary. And we talked about imaginary friends.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow we've got A Night at the Opera. AFI Top 100.
And Marx the Brothers.
Let's get on to today's show and click bang. Hoo-ha. Hannah, let's talk about the Oscars.
Yep.
Had a couple of days to think about it.
Saw the reaction.
Yeah, ratings were up 4%, which is a good news.
Yeah, good.
So I just think that everyone had a good time. I think everyone
most people
thought the show was good.
Yeah.
And
I think what saved the show, to be honest, was that Ryan Gosling performance of
amazing.
10.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, it would have been a pretty boring performance because we all know what was going to win going in, and so there wasn't a really race, so to speak, which is fine. You know, we've had that time. I would say you had Kimmel coming back to do the stuff.
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty much agreed that that's Kimmel's last go.
Yeah, he was fine. I didn't really enjoy him, to be honest. I felt the humour was quite bland, and if not, just not even tasteful. And honestly, it was that stellar performance. I think everyone who did get an Oscar, though, was very deserving.
Yeah.
Everyone
speeches
felt
were
grateful.
good. There wasn't any cringe speeches.
No, there was Robert Downey Jr.'s was very funny, and he thanked the people who needed to.
Was great.
Emma Stone's one was like very sweet and sincere, and that stuff it's great. And I'd say Ryan Gosling's performance of Ken did steal the show. Yeah. Everyone's still talking about it, loving it.
Yeah.
And it's helping, actually. It's really good because it's kind of like a little bit of promotion for a film he has next coming up very soon called Fall Guy.
The buzz about that movie.
Now, especially, you saw there was banter between Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling, and they used they did a tip hat of the stunt people, which I hated because I want an award. I wanted. Why just go? This was a good year for stunts.
They interviewed Ryan Gosling after the movie that premiered at South by Southwest, and he said that Emily Blunt could have chemistry with a trash can.
Yeah,
she brought blunt force.
I would like to say not to say I don't love The Rock, but his co-star chemistry has never been pretty great. So I would say
you're saying The Rock is a trash can?
No, he's a rock. He's a boulder.
Literal
dude's a rock. No, he kind of
They had great chemistry in Jungle Cruise.
They had amazing chemistry. I found
She also had great chemistry with Tom Cruise.
Yes,
which is notorious.
And a lot of people don't tend to have that. So it's like this. She is really good at what she does.
Yeah.
And she has great chemistry with Cillian Murphy, and she's just yelling at him.
So let's rank the top 3 moments from the Oscars. What's your number 3?
3?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go 3. 3. I think it's just. I'm between John
my
Cena.
Three.
Yeah.
My 3.
I know my other 2.
My 30th position is John Cena. That was funny.
I was like John Cena, or it's the Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, having a riff.
I reckon.
I found they were both
up there.
They were both real funny moments, like generally speaking, because a lot of the time when two actors come up and they've got to say whatever's on the prompter and make a joke with each other, usually most of the time they don't land. It doesn't help that these
you
two
need to have
people,
chemistry when you're up there.
they're not even looking at each other because they have to read the prompter, and so it's like it kind of didn't work, but it worked for them. And so I thought, and so for me, it was like the same level of funny as seeing John Cena just come up on stage.
And then your number one moment is
my second.
Second is John Cena?
That's three. That's like three. Second is of course Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito coming on stage, and saying, you know, why are they both there? And it was like everyone's thinking twins, or even better, Junior, which is an incredible film. But they were there because they've both been defeated by Batman, and Batman was in the audience.
My number two moment of the night was Christopher Nolan's speech.
Of course.
It was amazing. The end line where
you're like, I feel vindicated. Like I've been.
But when that end line that he had just got me
about cinema.
About cinema and how like he feels so honoured to be included in the Academy, thinking that he's deserved to be in that.
You know how they knew he was going to win? They got Steven Spielberg to be like, this is yours. And
the guy from The Fabelmans.
I know, right? And I just loved it. You just know it was like a beautiful passing torch kind of moment.
What's your number one moment of the Oscars?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You can't.
It has to be number one.
It was such, for me personally, when the moment he walked on stage and I realised, oh my god, it's Gentleman Prefer Blondes. He played a funny. I would also like to say how he made sure like he had these interactions with the crowd, because a lot of the time, you know, the performers just stay up there, but again, you know, this is, he said like he apparently had his partner and
Mendes?
The kids, Eva Mendes, right? They were there for the dress rehearsal and gave him all, like, you know, they gave him all the feedback he needed to do it, which is great.
I love it.
But he just gave it his all. You know, sometimes you think, oh, you know, Gosling, he's great. I mean, we loved him in La La Land, but he really... Nice Guys. And the Nice Guys and stuff. But I meant musical-wise, he really came all out. He knew if he had to do it, he was not going to... It was going to bring the house down. Okay, so let's preview next year's Oscars. All right? Scorsese happy. He was like, yay! Let's preview next year's Oscars. Give me something that will be nominated for Best Picture. And what are your thoughts on Host? Dune 2. Dune 2? That's your one? Yeah, well, that's a little bit of an obvious one. It's Dune 2. The first Dune I like... If it hopefully gets released this year, is Steve McQueen's new movie Blitz. It's about World War II, and it stars Saoirse Ronan. Oh, of course. And I think it's going to be her Oscar. Oh, she got nominated for Brooklyn, didn't she? Yeah. And Lady Bird. Yeah, I think she's been nominated many times. She got nominated for Lovely Bones as well when she was a kid. Yeah. I think she's going to win it finally. So, you know, Steve McQueen's been nominated before. He wasn't nominated for director for 12 Years a Slave, but his movie 12 Years a Slave won. So. Yeah. So Blitz. It's going to be released in movie theaters, but it's an Apple production. It's hard to say because a lot of big directors have movies slated, but we don't know if they're legitimately going to come out or if they're legitimately good. What directors are you talking about? Well, like Gladiator 2 apparently is finished filming. Yeah. And I put it on my thing. Well, because it might get pushed around. No, it's going to come out. I don't know. It might get pushed around. But I have a worry a bit because previous amazing Ridley Scott movies have not been nominated. Yeah. Not, like, we could question mark Napoleon, but that shouldn't have been there. But there was 2 movies he did that definitely deserved to be nominated for an Oscar. He's saying Godfather and Godfather 2, it's going to be Gladiator and Gladiator 2. Is what you're saying? No, in a sense that I don't know what Gladiator 2 is. I'm still confused as if this was a prequel or a sequel. I don't understand it. No, it's a sequel. I don't know what story they're going with. I don't know what characters. All I care about is, like, my man's got a job, and Ridley Scott is directing. That's all I care about. What are your thoughts on Host? Do you think they'll go with John Mulaney? Because he had a little funny bit about sound in it. Yeah, if Mulaney doesn't do anything to offend a general audience. Like, because even though I wouldn't say John Mulaney's offensive, the only thing he was a wife guy.
Yeah.
If you don't know the trend, a wife guy who says, I love my wife, and then they cheat on their wife real bad.
With a hot stuff.
Yeah, John Mulaney is one of those people.
Them up, yeah.
Yeah, there are many people who are like this. That's why you always don't trust the wife guy.
Yeah.
So...
Great.
It's true.
Do you think they could bring back...
if he...
Could they bring back Hugh Jackman?
I don't think so. I mean, he's playing Wolverine.
Again, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that for hosts, it's a little bit of like a wide field because this one did so well. And if next year's has really great movies tied to it, I think they'll get... They could essentially get whatever.
I think people forget, like, Oscars only a good show when it's good movies. It's
yeah,
interesting movies. And this year was interesting movies.
I mean, if Dune 2 is on the slate, because Dune 1 was nominated.
Yeah.
And Dune 2 has been highly celebrated.
Yeah.
Currently.
I think it might be nominated, but I don't think it's going to win Best Picture.
I don't think it's going to win.
Furiosa might get nominated.
I love Furiosa, but no way it's going to get nominated.
I reckon it might.
People were bagging it before... What?
Mad Max got nominated.
Yeah, but like I think there's a lot more love put on the Mad Max than Furiosa, which is a spin-off.
Before it came out, people were giving Mad Max a big gunk, but it ended up winning a lot of below the line awards. So you never know.
I'm all there for
People love George Miller. They do.
Oh, I know. I love Miller too. Yeah. But I'm just saying,
I didn't like his last
surprised.
movie, but yeah.
No.
3,000 years. That is it for our recap of the Oscars. Let us know your thoughts on the Oscars. Drop us a line. Let's go over to my favourite segment, Hannah and movie news.
To movie news. This week, guys, I've got a story of love. Yes, that's right. This week's movie is called Love, Lies, Bleeding. It's a story about a gym owner named Lou, and she's a bit of a recluse. Meets this bodybuilder, and they hit it off. They have a little bit of a romance. Bodybuilder wants to head to Las Vegas, so they go on a little bit of a road trip. And then, unfortunately, they start to be pursued and hunted down by Lou's crazy underworld crime family. Yes, that's right. This is a Kristen Stewart vehicle, and I am so excited to see what crazy shenanigans we might get in with this one. I'm just going to put something out there. Have you ever had that idea, that crush maybe on a teacher? They were just really nice to you and, you love spending time with them. Okay, but we push those crushes aside because that's weird, right? Well, what if a film really delves into the idea of falling in love with your teacher? And that movie is called Miller's Girl. Yes, we have Jenna Ortega as the student and Martin Freeman as the teacher. Now, this is not stated as a horror, but there might be things in this movie you cannot unsee. And that's all we have for this week. Leave a comment down below on what you'll be watching. And until next time, bye!
Thanks, Hannah. Oh, cinema.
Yeah.
Back. Going to the movies. Miller's Girl. Yeah. Jenna?
Creepy, yeah.
Ortega?
Yeah, but Jenna Ortega with
that guy.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I remember the name. I was going to bring up the fact that he was Holmes.
Yeah.
That he was Sherlock Holmes' Watson. I was like,
And then we got Kristen Stewart as well.
Kristen Stewart's back.
Yeah,
with
Love Lies Bleeding.
I'm interested to see just where these movies go.
Yeah.
Because I've heard some things about Miller's Girl. And I just want to see where these two films end up.
And we're also going to go see some French films. It's actually I saw Musketeers 1 last week, but they're going to do a double billing with Musketeers Part 1,
and 2.
D'Artagnan, and Part 2, Milady. So Eva Green starts as Milady.
It is French.
I love it.
I love it.
Oh. That is it for the show today. Thank you to my lovely co-host, Hannah. Thank you to all our lovely viewers and listeners. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see on the channel. Until tomorrow, when we catch up for the AFI Top 100 with the Night of the Opera, which you can get on Apple and Amazon Prime. It's long live cinema. It's bye for now.
Bye.
You guess the movie, and the answer is
Twilight.
Great call.
Twilight. It's actually one of my favorite lines from that first movie.
Yeah.
It's like, because I love the whole, like, her finally, like, Charlie sees her home and he's like, just the awkward dad of, like, I haven't been there for a while.
Yeah.
And then the next line after it is, the best thing about Charlie, he doesn't have a, that's just, it gets me every time.
Until next week, bye for now.
Bye.